Okay, so I've gone and unfucked my tarp. I have used it before where you put the two corners on the trees and then just stake down the other two corners, but this works better. It really does. So again, this is a 10 by 10 foot tarp. You could get the 10 by 12 that Itoa Gear offers, so you cover like about a foot more on either side. This works just fine. It covers a lot more than the Eno tarp. The Eno tarp just barely covers up to the end of the hammock here, and you'll see you've got probably like 8 inches of coverage from the end of the hammock over to like the carabiners. And I've lined this up so like the tarp ends right over the carabiners on either side, so you wind up with about 8 inches of coverage beyond the end of the hammock. So I just stake these down on the four corners, real low on the wind side, so I don't get a lot of that wind underneath me. If it were super hot, I'd probably jack it up, so I would want that wind. And then this side's a little bit higher, so I still have a little area over here to cook, or do whatever, have some just space to move around. And I could always jack these sides up to trees over there, or that tree over there, and make this sort of flatter, so I've got like a little area to do whatever. So I'll show you how I line up my my bedding. This is the multi-mat. Just want to pop this out. This is really easy to use. You just unscrew the end, which is the air valve. You can hear it starts to suck in the air right away. So I'm just gonna pop this out. Leave it sitting on the ground over here. I wouldn't leave it sitting on anything sharp, obviously, because it's a pretty lightweight material, but just big enough for me. You really only need coverage under your torso, so you could even look at, I think there's some companies that make a pad that's just like from here to here, and as long as you keep it under your chest, that's fine. But this is what I found, and I'm ready to go with it. It's not a big deal. And then sleeping bag, I'm not going to unroll this because it's a kind of a pain in the ass to get back in this compression sack. But this is a nice little lightweight jungle sleeping bag. So basically what I do is I put this, you can inflate this too. And I don't inflate this a lot, just enough to create a vapor barrier. So yeah, it's easy. You could even inflate it inside the bug net on top of the hammock if you felt like it. But yeah, it's still pretty flexible, so just gotta pop it in the bottom of the hammock here. I'm all tangled up. So, pop it in the bottom of the hammock. And I would unroll my sleeping bag, but it's pretty hot out here today, despite being November. And then usually what I do is my bag, I'll wrap a waterproof bag protector over it, and then I'll just clip it onto this carabiner right here, and it keeps it kind of underneath the tarp, but with the waterproof bag protector around the back, keeps it off the ground and readily available. So yeah, and then I just hop in my hammock. Pop my shoes off. Oops. And then, this pad does have a tendency to sort of slide around a little bit, but it's really easy to readjust. So, yeah, and then zip the bug net back up. Good to go. And then, during the day when you're out, lounging around the campsite or going on hikes or whatever, what I usually do is I'll take the bag right here, and I'll use this webbing, loosen it up all the way, and I'll wrap it around the whole hammock from underneath with, my sleeping bag and the pad and everything just rolled up so it doesn't get blown away or tossed around too much. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm in a snug little bug-free area. When I was in California last, it was this year, this July, this was great. I slept in this for like 5 days, and super cozy. The only disadvantage is if you're in an area with like bears or cougars or anything like that, you're pretty much a hanging meat stick. You can't really scramble to get away. But I guess if you're in a tent and a bear comes and wants to eat you, then you're fucked anyway. So yeah, but this is my setup. It's pretty sweet. I'll put links at the bottom of the page, so if you're interested in getting a setup similar to this one, check it out. All right, that's all I got.